I'm at to more actually Pokemon Black 2 this time, but yeah, it's still gonna be part of, Pokemon White, my Pokemon White 2 playthrough. So last time, we checked out Reversal Mountain in White 2. A bit of a confusing area to explore, but yeah, I made it through in the end. We got a lot of cool items, told about a lot of cool Pokemon. This time, the Black 2 playthrough. So yeah, again, I thought the last part was going on for a bit too long, so yeah, why not have a small part talking about Black 2's Reversal Mountain? Why we're in the Why we're in the PC box? Why? 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 This is all I gotta say, right? Yeah, I'd be kicking myself for picking the grass I start on this flavor, let's just say, but anyway. With that done, yeah, let's just head out. Alright, so yeah. So here's the squad. We are quite a bit higher. Actually, not that high, much higher level compared to the White 2 playthrough, but we have more Pokemon, so yeah. We've got Riley, the Lucario. Pretty decent moveset, a lot of type coverage. He has the same attack as social type now, so that's kind of funny, so yeah. You got Canary, obviously. Decided to go with this nickname. Yeah, I'm using another Electros. I like Electros as the thing, so yeah. So that's kind of why we're doing that. At the moment, we found the port Crunch will switch in on the way, but hey, we are about to get some decent moves coming up, so yeah. I mean, that's just gonna be a while, but hey. Got Kiyohime, now they are a Flygon. I mean, I haven't actually shown Kiyohime yet, but hey. I'm actually going with this. Normally I had Fly in this phase stuff, but we don't actually need Fly, so that's nice. And yeah, very good physical attack. Then we got Jackson, the Calm Vaporeon, very good special, that's an extra, but also very good special attack as well, so yeah. We got Surf, Aurora Beam, Shovel, and Hydro Pump. And we got Yurihime, the very strong Superior, very good stats as well. Quite bulky on both sides, and we're using this boost again. I think Leech Seed is probably better for this boost up. We saw how good that was in the Black playthrough, but yeah. I wanted to try going with something a bit more, active, I guess you could say. Less stooly. And finally we got Otsuka, the Crobat. Now there's Acrobatics, and the rest of the moves are there to just support Acrobatics, so yeah. So yeah, that's how we're looking. So yeah, I'm gonna hope that Riley is about to learn a new move soon, because yeah, they kind of want a new move, so yeah. Alright, let's make sure I propels up. So yeah, what I wanted to kind of talk about was, this team and how this playthrough is going. Again, the two shiny Pokemon, yeah, that's a thing, obviously, so yeah. Again, it would have been cool if, that happened in the White 2 playthrough, but again, I won't, complain about getting shiny Pokemon regardless, so yeah. Anyway, once again, we team up Bianca, but this time, yeah, it's the Black 2 playthrough, so yeah. This place is very different. It's now a dormant volcano rather than an active one, so yeah, that's pretty cool. It has a very cool aesthetic as a result with, the water and stuff and the darker color palette. Definitely, feels very... feels a bit more mysterious to me now, so yeah, but I think, yeah, trainers should be pretty similar, so yeah. It does also make me wonder if, actually no, these trainers are a bit different, I think. So yeah, so I see some slightly different trains, I think. Actually no, these two are the same. Never mind, one sec. I'm very sure, yeah, we fought similar trains this before, but anyway. So yeah, so that's what I was talking about, so yeah, again, like I said, I kinda like the ice set, but again, I think I just kinda like, the active volcano look. I think that does look really cool, so yeah. So yeah, again, it's hard to say which one I like better, but again, it is what it is. But yeah, they're not only different visually speaking, I'm pretty sure the layout's also quite different too, so yeah, we're never going to be seeing that in action. You went for Smackdown on the Pokemon Quadras, so okay. Now the magic comes up though, so yeah. I guess I'll try Bulldoze. I don't think Rai's gonna like that, because how much damage it did to me shot, I'm not being very confident, but hey. At least, Dom did take quite a lot of damage on that, so yeah. But yeah, about to, get the Bloodlet, so yeah. Anyway, so about Kama's talking about, so yeah, again, I kind of want to talk about, this playthrough too. Yeah, we get Crypt too. But luckily, well, that's the end of the battle. We don't get extra to that on that turn, so yeah. I mean, actually, the battle's not over just yet. There's still one more gonna go. Well, it's an extra troll, so yeah, I picked the right Pokemon to switch it now. Yeah, I should remember they had an extra troll, but that's okay. I would have been, smart, but oh well. So Matter, yeah, was trying to second again. This way again, the two shy Pokemon, yeah, that's definitely a thing, but hey, outside of that though, again, like I said, I've been, making the most out of the Join Avenue, going to the big same swamp every day, because yeah, if you do that, yeah, you get quite strong as you're seeing here, so yeah. So that's a thing. And again, the team, yeah, I should mention that too. Yeah, this is the first team I dropped in this playthrough. Again, I did drop another team. It had, the main highlights of Grumpig. I thought about this before, but when I found out that, Grumpig gets all its best moves too late, yeah, I've changed course, basically. I also realized that, yeah, because of that too, Grumpig didn't contribute that much. And then some gyms were too difficult with the old teams, so yeah. Mainly Skylar, for example, like Skylar completely destroyed the old teams, so yeah, so that's the only reason why I wanted to get a strong Lich type Pokemon like Canary over there, so yeah. So again, yeah, this team, yeah, you see these points, don't you, pound here and there, are you aware of them? And yeah. And yeah, it seems like, yeah, they have swapped dialogue, it feels like, so that's kind of interesting, so yeah. Anyway, Grumpig and Vibra, but yeah, they still seem like the same trainers though, so yeah, or similar trainers, I should be saying. That's definitely a bit strange, but that's okay. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. Anyway, we don't have to worry about ground type moves, that's good, because we are a awesome Electros, so yeah. So yeah, back to what I was talking about, so yeah, again, the idea behind this team, I designed it around, making all the gyms not too difficult. Like, yeah, we had Riley, obviously. Riley's very good against the first couple of gyms, being, a steel type and a fire type. Then obviously had, Kiyohime for the, I had Kiyohime for, I was gonna call it Skylar, Elisa. So then, I had a ground type for that gym, that was very good. And then, yeah, Chloe, I had Yorihime for that, so that was fine then. I think Yorihime did very well in that battle. Oh yeah, Yorihime was also a Vulture in that battle, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, they did pretty well though, from what I remember. And then, yeah, Skylar had Canary, who, yeah, did a lot of work in that battle too, so yeah. So again, that's kind of the idea. We'll see how the next two gyms go, because I don't technically have, the best answers to them, but we'll see how it goes. I do have, Jackson for it, I do have Riley as well, so we'll see how it goes. Obviously. And yeah, again, this team, yeah, I did design it to be kind of well balanced as well. I'm not really sure about that. I think one weird thing about this team is that, yeah, again, I did mention I want to use aggro on this team before, especially because I did have a Crobat on this team, so, they complement each other very well. Problem is that I realized when I was building a team, I ran out of space to add a water type, so yeah. So I needed to rethink what I needed to do there, so yeah. Again, I think my problem with Acheron was that it's very hard to build a team around. Maybe too difficult for myself, so yeah. That's a habitat person again. And yeah, here's an elixir, so that's cool. There are slightly different items as well. There's one notable item later, so yeah. And here's that area that I was wondering where it led to, so yeah. Yeah. We got a water gem. And we got a ranger to fight, so we'll do that. Canary over here. Canary levels up a bit slowly. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of team members do, but anyway, I can feel the edge of this from you off. So that's an interesting thing, but anyway. So back to, yeah, what I was talking about. We got Lewis over here, his Watchdog once again. So again, yeah, that's kind of how to design the team again. And then, yeah, that was my Acro again. Like I said, maybe I'm just not good at building teams with some Pokemon. I feel like that could definitely be the case. I might talk about this all later because, yeah, I do think that the last team member in my practice playthrough was not a good choice in hindsight if I was using an Acheron, so yeah. There might have been a better choice instead, let's just say, but yeah. Yeah, I'll talk about that more later, but again, like I said, yeah, maybe I'm just not good at building teams. I guess that's another thing too. Does make me wonder that, yeah, if I was, could I have made an Acheron work in this playthrough? But again, considering that it is this game, I did want to use, you know, Pokemon I really like, and that's why, you know, again, like I was kind of saying before, the team is designed the way it is, so yeah. And now that I know that, you know, now I know what to expect of the layout, yeah, things actually might go pretty smoothly this time around, so yeah. And I was wondering where that area was, yeah, it was just completely blocked off because it's in this version, so yeah. That'd be an interesting mystery aspect of that, so yeah. Anyway, of course, here's that big item, the Toxical. Generally, the Flame Wolf is better. In fact, yeah, my brother was talking about this with Toxical Zangoose, yeah. Toxical is actually just worse guts because you have to poison yourself. You can't just poison, burn, paralyze, you know, when compared to guts. But hey, it is at least interesting. So yeah, so it is what it is. Anyway, pull one once again. So yeah, so again, Toxical is definitely nice to get. It is kind of weird though because again, one of the old team members is another Black 2 exclusive, Heracross. Yeah, I obviously want to try Heracross. That's good dialogue actually from Bianca there. But yeah, with another person around, it's a little bit difficult to get, but yeah, you get the calcium. I've been using Dronami so much that I'm not even sure that I can even use that calcium, but I'm pretty sure I can. Again, I've been burning a lot more in this playthrough too, so we'll see. Again, yeah, I mean this layout's not too bad. Again, this gave me another area that I have no idea how it connects with it as well does, so yeah. So yeah, I thought about the tilting thing. Yeah, I also want to talk about, you know, this version too. Again, yeah, when you think about it, yeah, Black and White 2 probably has some of the most big version differences. That was not the right way of wording it, but hey, we'll take it. But again, the version differences in these games is quite massive. Especially in this version, because again, in Black and White, you know, you did have different areas and stuff like that, and the plot was obviously different. Slightly different, I should be saying. But yeah, this version though, we have entirely different areas and entirely different dungeons as well, so yeah, they definitely went all in with that. After this game though, they weren't really, you know, do stuff like this again with the other version. Again, the other version was, you know, kind of like how it was before, you know, just another it was the same game basically, but with some slight changes. Mainly to what Pokemon encounters obviously, but yeah. The areas though were pretty similar to explore, but yeah, it is very interesting that yeah, this game aside, you know, they wanted to be a little bit different in that regard, so yeah. So again, I find that quite fascinating, I must admit, so yeah. Maybe a big corridor. And again, this won't be the last, because yeah, there's actually a few more dungeons that also change the layout too, so that's going to be interesting to talk about, so yeah. So yeah, again, there's, yeah, like I said, a lot of interesting things about this game. Again, that really feels like, yeah, there was a lot of passion and ambition with these games, which, yeah, you could argue is missing, but with how, you know, again, I felt like there was a lot of passion behind Scarlet Violet, despite, you know, how it turned out, so yeah, you know, with a true open world, something I haven't really seen since Gen 2, for example, you know, and then, you know, the post-game area, I wouldn't say post-game, but yeah, Area 0, for example, yeah, that may felt that there was a lot going on there, so yeah. Anyways, I mean, Winds of Blaze will also be like that too, so yeah. So anyway, we've got these two here, and yeah, they want to have a similar battle as well. And yeah, I'm actually not speeding up here like the last time. I might speed up for some of the other areas, or I won't talk about them as much, but I guess we'll see. I'll see how I decide to do things with those, so yeah. As I actually don't mind talking about, you know, some other things in mind, especially because I like to. Again, yeah, Black 2, yeah. It also, another thing about it too is that it's also the version I didn't play. It was my brother's version. I was the White 2 person between us, so yeah, so that was that. So it must have been interesting to see these different areas. I remember one area in particular was very interesting in regards to that, so yeah, that might be a fun story to talk about later, so yeah. So go for Rocksucker. And there we go, good. And yeah, we'll go for the second there, and there we go. Good stuff. So yeah. Now another thing about this playthrough that was kind of interesting too was that, interesting thing, this playthrough too is how I feel about using Superior, because I'm pretty sure this is like, I mean this is like one of the first times I actually don't recall using a Superior that much in this game. I had definitely used it like before, I definitely knew about, how good Coil was, how good Leech Seed was on it. But yeah, it's interesting to try in this game, because again, I don't think it's something I've actually tried, so yeah. Again, yeah, now getting like Arcatol for example, that was definitely very new to me, so yeah. Again, it's definitely a very decent Pokemon. Again, like I said, it does have that rough start at the beginning of the game, but as you go on though, it definitely has some interesting, matchups now, so yeah. There's a lot of interesting, matchups against, what's coming up. Again, I can still, go for the coils and try to go from there. We'll see how that potentially goes, but yeah. There you go. Volcano once again. So yeah. I think, yeah, that came to mind because again, I was, thinking about, the game again, obviously, so yeah. And how interesting that Pokemon is to think about too. Again, yeah. It does make me wonder too. Again, it's interesting to think about, starter Pokemon design as well, I guess. Again, it definitely feels like, the more, you play these games, the more you realize that, all the starters do have, their place, I guess you could say. Like, one thing I did realize too is that, one thing that I guess comes to mind, I guess we should be saying, is that, the game, it might struggle a lot with, the Joe this, but hey, it's actually kind of good against the Kanto ones, so yeah. So that's interesting, so yeah. For example, again, like I said, in Gen 4 at least, it does get a lot of good moves. You even got some decent moves in Gen 2 as well, making it pretty good and competitive there. I don't think it was the best grass type, I'm very sure Executor was, because Executor had Sleep on its side. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. Still, yeah. I think it kind of hurt that, again, the game doesn't have all of its, like, amazing moves in the main story. I would say the main story, like, you need to go out of your way to get stuff like Leech Seed on it, for example, so yeah, that's something that comes to mind, so yeah. Yeah, actually level 0.9, which, don't actually want to be using Kiyohime now, that's okay. I don't want to use everyone else, but yeah, level 55 though, that's a big level, so yeah. I want to work towards. If I can get that before the next gym is cooked, so yeah. If not, we have to use Dragon Pulse probably, so yeah, from the move tutor. Yes, again, it would be nice if, Kiyohime could do well in the next gym, so yeah. We shall see. It kind of depends on, how fast or slow I decide to play this too, so yeah. And hey, again, I said I was going to make use of Jordan Avenue. Yeah, I could use Jordan Avenue to get to Dragon Claw, obviously, something about that. Okie dokie, so yeah. So let's keep this up. Got another one of these again. They can go shards, so it's definitely a good idea to, go after them like I am, so yeah. What else is to say too? About this playthrough as well? And I think that was like, most everything I want to get off my chest, so yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely interesting to play two versions of this game as well, but I feel like, I'm probably not going to be doing it for that much longer, I think. Like, again, like I was kind of saying before, the differences after this game aren't that different, so yeah. And for something like, Hard Castle, so there's no reason to show the other version in hindsight. Like, there'll be some things out there, like, how you can't legendary Pokemon, but you actually get both legendary Pokemon in both versions, so yeah, there isn't really a point to, show both myself with that. Now that, yeah, again, it's mainly just, to show the other legendary Pokemon, basically. I feel like that's all I would need to do, so yeah. That's a thing to think about. Anyway, how do I want to approach this? I think, I could go for Surf, but I kind of don't want to. I'm gonna try the Hydro, the Girder, I'm gonna go for... I think I'll go for Coil, just in case the Hydro Pump misses. Because at least then I have a nice Coil coming up, so yeah. Add a nice, Coil boosted Leaf Blade for the next turn. And then you can just go from there, so yeah. I mean, Hydro Pump is definitely not going to be the last move. There's another move I have in mind I want to give Jackson, so yeah. So there we go. We're running about the names too. Like, yeah, some of them are Pokemon references, some of them reference some other random stuff, but yeah. As you'll see. I guess I'll go for Hydro again, because Leaf Blade should be enough here. But again, I did use Yorihime again for Superior because I thought it fit really well, so yeah. Because again, I got another female on the playthrough, so yeah. It's kind of funny that happens, back to back, but hey. Again, Kiyohime, I think it's actually kind of a fate thing because I wanted some kind of green dragon name to fit Flygon, and then that came to mind. Vitra could have probably worked better because again, that was the day for extra, but it actually, fits kind of well for, it kind of fits well for, Flygon, obviously, so yeah. Otsuka, yeah, that's reference to the last gameplay on the channel. Riley and Canary are references to, other Pokemon characters that use that Pokemon. I think if the Electros is male, I would have went with Dynamo then. Again, I thought that Canary was kind of interesting in Legend CA. Electros also kind of a neat star Pokemon as well, so yeah. It was a 4-1 that game too, now that I think about it, so yeah, that's also a thing. So yeah. And yeah, that's like kind of, the DLC as well, so yeah, you probably fire... I mean, yeah, I know you fire a lot though, because I, watch my brother play that, so yeah. But it does look like, yeah, the exit is in the same place, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. That's kind of interesting. Again, yeah, I probably do need to fill out the habitat list too if I want that, I probably will need to fill out the habitat list again if I want that, full site TM. Yeah, I think we're actually good now. I mean, we did get the important items, I'm pretty sure we explored everywhere, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this part, I guess. So there we are. And yeah, go get that in mind too as well, I hear, so yeah. So now yeah, I can continue practicing with my Black 2 playthrough obviously, so yeah, I'll be sure to do that. And yeah, like I said, yeah, let's end this part now, so yeah, now I showed that. Again, like I said, I think it would have been too difficult to try fit this in with the I think it would have been a bit too difficult to fit this in with the last part, so that's kind of why we'll do this, so yeah. Anyway, with that done though, with that all done now, yeah, next time we're gonna be going back to the White 2 playthrough, obviously. We're gonna be looking around Umbrella Town, so yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.